Touch me again, and you'll never forget what happens next. The millionaire's grip tightened around her throat, his rage boiling in the dimly lit garage. He thought she was powerless, just another janitor beneath his status. What he didn't know was that he had just ignited the fury of a soldier who had faced battlefields far deadlier than him. The underground parking lot was nearly empty, echoing with the distant hum of fluorescent lights. Rows of luxury cars gleamed under the flickering lamps. A woman in a faded janitor's uniform pushed her cart slowly across the concrete floor, her shoes squeaking with every step. She was tired. 12 hours of cleaning offices and sweeping lobbies had worn her body down, but her spirit was as unbroken as ever. To her, this was just another night, until arrogance chose to cross her path. A sleek black limousine pulled into the garage. The door opened, and out stepped a man in a tailored navy suit, gold watch flashing under the light. His face carried that familiar expression of superiority, a man who thought the world owed him deference. He spotted a small scuff near his car door, just inches from where her cleaning cart sat. His face twisted with disgust. "You people don't belong near cars like this," he barked, his voice echoing through the garage. The janitor straightened her back, meeting his glare with calm eyes. She explained softly, the mark wasn't from her. Her cart hadn't touched his car. But the millionaire wasn't listening. He stepped closer, his voice rising, laced with venom. Then suddenly, his hand shot out and clamped around her throat. Gasps echoed. A valet nearby froze, and 2 security guards at the corner exchanged nervous glances. In that moment, something inside her awakened. He thought he was choking a janitor. What he was really facing was a soldier. Her mind flashed back. Dusty deserts, endless drills, the weight of a rifle on her shoulders. She had marched through nights colder than this, stared down enemies with far deadlier intentions than his. She had buried friends. She had survived pain he could never imagine, and now all that training, all that discipline, pulsed quietly in her veins. Her eyes locked onto his, calm, cold, unflinching. She did not scream. She did not beg Dot with a sudden move. Sharp, precise, practiced, she broke his grip, twisting his wrist backward with military efficiency. The sound of his yelp cut through the garage. He stumbled, his suit crumpling as he fell to one knee. The crowd gasped louder. Phones came out. Red recording lights flickered. She leaned close, her voice steady as stone. "Respect isn't something you buy with money. It's something you earn with honor." Her words pierced deeper than any strike. His face, once dripping with smugness, now glistened with fear. The millionaire staggered to his feet, clutching his wrist. "Do you know who I am?" he shouted, but the words fell empty against the sight of him trembling before a woman in a janitor's uniform. Guests arriving from the lobby stood frozen, some cheering quietly, others capturing every second on their phones. Security, once hesitant, now looked at him with cold suspicion. The balance of power had shifted entirely. She adjusted her uniform, picked up her cart, and turned her back to him. Before leaving, she glanced once more over her shoulder, her tone sharp enough to cut through the silence. "You'll remember this night, not because you were powerful, but because you weren't." The millionaire stood speechless. For the first time in his life, money had bought him nothing. By dawn, the video was everywhere. Millions of views. Hashtags flooded social media. #RespectHer trended across platforms. News anchors debated the fall of a man who had once been untouchable. His board of investors distanced themselves. His empire trembled. And his reputation shattered in 9 minutes of footage. For the janitor, it wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about cameras. It wasn't even about him. It was about dignity. About every person who had ever been disrespected because of their uniform, their status, or their silence. She walked away that night not as a victim, but as a symbol. Her past had taught her one truth she carried forever. Silent strength will always outlast loud arrogance.